My Phillips educational experience started off difficult my freshman year because I had a lot going on at home, and it was hard to incorporate my schoolwork within balancing that as well. From my sophomore year on to now, with the support of the teachers and the staff at Phillips, my educational experience here has been like one of a kind. I feel that I'm absolutely prepared for college. I'm 100% ready. I have 4 college acceptances so far. So now I'm just ready for the next step. I believe that Phillips have given me the tools to be ready, and I'm 100% ready. What the Affinity organization is at Phillips is we're an organization that stands for community service, peer accountability, and developing leaders. I'm glad that I'm a part of the Affinity organization.
It's going to be very important that you find time to meet with your officers of your organizations, because it's going to be difficult for you to really to come up with to devise a plan to support your students if you're not meeting with your officers. Correct? If the only time you're meeting is when we bring you together on Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's not gonna fly. Okay? So, any questions about this?
Affinity actually is broken up into 2 parts. It is the main part, which consists of myself and the rest of the student government, and then we each have our own separate affinity groups. In the student government affinity group, which is what we have been in so far, we're preparing to branch off into our own groups. The affinity group so far has been like one of the most amazing and fun experiences I had in high school so far, just because it finally given me a voice to sort of not decide, but to help the student body in what we want to do as students. So from Affinity, me and along with the other members of Affinity, we finally have a voice and to feel like an actual student body.
You can't wear them. You don't have them.
Well, the founding members of Affinity are mostly seniors, and when we kicked up our fundraising ideas and when we started gathering together why we're going to be fundraising, it was primarily focused on reducing the cost of our graduation fees. Most of the founding members were complaining that they were too high, or that the students may not be able to afford it. So we said, why don't we fundraise to make up some money to reduce the cost of the graduation fees? And also we focus, our fundraising is focused to and geared towards our adopted elementary schools. And when we begin our projects, when we begin our mentorship, and when we start visiting our adopted elementary and middle schools, we are going to be also hosting activities. The profits that we are going to get from our fundraisers are also going to be geared towards our adopted elementary and middle school students, and where we'll be able to host events, projects, and maybe give them some school supplies, goodie bags for the kindergarten children, and things such as that. Some of the community service pieces that we have planned is very focused towards our adopted elementary and middle school students, where we'll be able to go over and have some mentorship sessions, give them advice, especially to 8th graders who are going to be transitioning to becoming high schoolers, as well as after school homework help, and just to be able to build a relationship with these students. And that's where, for now, our community service piece is at. The founding of our Phillips Affinity groups has definitely impacted the student outcomes in a very positive manner, and I mean that exponentially, because we, as affinity leaders, have set the standards. We have set the standards that every affinity group member has to meet a certain grade requirements, behavior requirements, and even attendance requirements before they can participate in the one of the most interesting and engaging parts of our affinity groups. For instance, our intramural games that we just started this week. In order for students to participate, they have to have been in school 5 days a week on time the previous week in order for them to participate. And most of the kids here, most of the students are very anxious and very curious, and they do want to participate. So, and they are willing to put in the hard work and the effort to make sure that they don't miss out on anything that we are hosting in affinity groups.
The fun part about playing in the affinity game, well, I didn't play, but I coached. The coaching experience was fun because it gave me a chance to really be in the shoes of a real coach and to try to, I guess, mimic what a coach would do in a real game. And it was fun putting together a team and really having to strategize to come up with a win.
Today's game was amazing, man. We played MOD, man. We underestimated our opponents, but we came out with the victory. It was a good experience. We had fun today.
You know, it was good to come see all our teammates, all our other groups support us and everything. Have fun on the court too. Like he said, underestimate our opponents. We came through in the end.
At first, I thought it was gonna be all lame and stuff, but when we got on that court, it was an experience of a lifetime. It was fun, man. I really enjoyed it.
For our future and incoming affinity group members, which are the freshmen, some of the guidelines that we have in place for them is that after their first semester, they have to be on track, and as well as after their third quarter, they have to have had an 85% or more attendance rate, and they have to be on track on their academics, as well as have limited behavioral infractions. And these freshmen, they're very, very excited. They're very curious. They're very anxious to be drafted into affinity, and they keep asking we the leaders, and they keep asking Principal Horton when they're going to be able to participate. And I really look forward to see them drafted next quarter.
My name is Willie Fields. I'm a part of the Gold Diggers. I like my group because it's fun and it's beneficial. It's beneficial to me because it's self-motivation and it's keeping me on track.
Hi, my name is Zakila. I am a part of the affinity group called the Dolls. I like my group because it's not more so like a group, it's more like a family. Even though we have our altercations, we still manage a way to work them out in a nice, manageable way. My group benefits me because we're always checking up on each other, no matter if we're friends or not. Some of us don't know each other as well, but we get to learn each other. And like, for instance, Zaria Eccles, our affinity group leader, she's like, did you come to school? Why you didn't come to school? So like we're always checking up on each other. And it's more so like an all-girl family, like a good girls club, not a bad girls club.
Once sophomore year had actually begun, I had come from a very tragic freshman year, and one teacher actually began to shape the person who I am. And they told me that in order to become a leader, in order to succeed, I had to step outside of my group of friends, and I had to go and be my own person. So from that experience, that actually began to shape me. And then Sergeant Peters, he actually became sort of the father figure that I always needed, and he pushed me and made me accountable for any mistakes and anything that I've done, and that is what shaped me. With the classes here, actually, I think that is what prepared me most for college. The difficulty and the freedom that you sort of have on your own. I've been taking AP classes now for 2 years, and they've been very rigorous, but the payoff has been enormous. I feel that I have a very vast vocabulary now, as well as math skills, which is important for what I want to do in college, which is engineering. And right now I'm taking AP Calculus. I took pre-cal over the summer and did an engineering program. And I think that is the thing that Phillips prepares students for both the campus life and for the academic side, for the collegiate side.